In this video, I attempt to light off a 100-year-old blowtorch in a building that burned down 100 years ago and hope I don't repeat history. So a little history on this. I bought this at auction. It is a Schafer Beyer blowtorch with a patent date of 1912. I'm not exactly sure how long after that patent date they were making them, but this has to be at least 100 years old. I got it with a bunch of soldering irons so I can do some old school repairs. And a little bit of history on this building since I talked about it in the intro. This is an old Ford dealership building. It was built originally in 1922 and it burned down in 1924. And then they rebuilt it in 1926. They used concrete, steel, brick, and a few other cutting-edge flame-proof materials from that time period. So hopefully I don't repeat history and burn this place down again. So the first thing I had to do is I had to pull the primer apart here. I did this off camera because I wasn't sure if it would come apart, but I oiled it up. It's got a leather seal here. Oiled it up so it's nice and soft. It is in pretty rough shape, so it's going to need to be replaced at some point. Now, this is, I believe, a 3/8, but I don't quite have the right wrench that will fit in here. So I'm using a universal wrench here. Now you have to be careful because this is brass, so you can destroy it pretty easy. So you just have to give it a little bit of a snug in there, not too tight. And this uses white gas or Naptha. This is Coleman camp fuel. It's actually cheaper than buying straight Naptha from the hardware store, so that's what I'm using. I've heard you can use premium gas, but for the first try, I'm not going to attempt that. Then on the bottom here is the fill hole. That also has leather seals, and I oiled them up to help it seal a little bit better. Now I did pre-fill this gear lube bottle because it's a little bit easier to get it in there without spilling. No, Driven doesn't make white gas, but maybe they should. Now make sure you wipe off any excess on here. You'll see why in the next step. Now make sure the table is clear of anything flammable, so this cardboard's got to go. Now before I do this, I have to mention that these are like wild animals. They can smell fear. They will also punish ignorance. So use a little common sense when you do this. The fire extinguisher is right over there. I've got the overhead door open so I have a quick escape if something does go sideways. Make sure there are no spills anywhere. Now comes the fun part. Fill up this little guy here. Clean up those spills. Okay. Get this far away. I forgot a step. You're supposed to pump this up. Now I'm going to spill all that. Of course, you got to give it a bunch of pumps because the seal is worn out on here. All right, we'll try that. It's getting a little hard. And then make sure you screw that down so it doesn't come up. And light it off. Stand back. Now you let that go. Until it's just about burned down. Make sure this isn't pointed at my camera. Give it a try. I got a glove on here. Shooting some flames out of there. Shooting some flames out of the back too. It might need to be cleaned out. It's still getting a little bit of red in there, not completely blue. I'm gonna go turn the lights off so you can see the flame better. This is back when you used to need patience to do anything. There's no quick fix here. It's starting to get a little red. No, these did originally come with holders, so you could just stick the soldering iron right there and it would hold it, but mine didn't come with one. Got some green flames coming out of there now too. It must be the old solder burning off. Probably lead in there. All right, I think that's good enough for a demonstration. Put this somewhere where I don't touch it. And then just close the valve. Hopefully it does close. It doesn't leak. Yep, it closes. It's still got a bunch of gas in there, so I can experiment it with a little bit more. All right, that's it for this video. Stay tuned for when I attempt to use these. Also, let me know in the comments down below if you want a little bit more of a history lesson on the building here.